I'm very optimistic about the future of Docklands, and I'm working very closely with the Lord Mayor to deliver a world-class Docklands for this city.
So, the Mayor also said that under the last government, the management team of VicUrban had a lot to answer for. How many of those managers, and if you could just look between the cameras, how many of those managers are still around now? Is it the same leaders that were running the show?
Oh, look, I think I agree with Jim Kennett said this morning, former Premier of Victoria, that you make plans as you go, and wise people adjust as they go. Collins Street Extension is a great example of that. It wasn't in the original Docklands planning, but as you can see now, is a key spine for the city.
But it doesn't work, doesn't it, Docklands, at least in terms of traffic access?
Oh, look, I think it depends on what measure you want to apply in terms of does it work or not. The $7 billion worth of private sector investment, 22,000 people work here every day, 6,500 residents are living here in Docklands today, so I think it depends what measure you want to apply.
Well, what about traffic movement?
Oh, look, we acknowledge that nobody likes traffic works while they're going on, and Harbour Esplanade has been some traffic works. But we're working very closely with the City of Melbourne and with Vic Roads, who collectively are the responsible people for the road network in Docklands. And we're doing everything we can to improve the situation within Docklands for traffic.
Not so much the road works, but the road design. When they're finished, we're still going to have one lane running through the middle of Docklands each way.
Oh, look, as I said before, I think it's always smart to plan to the next extent you can, and smart people adjust those plans as they go.
So what does that mean? Are you going to adjust those plans? Because they're clearly not working.
Look, the traffic and the roadworks on Harbour Esplanade, the construction works are almost complete there now, and we've already made a number of changes within the traffic network, particularly the signalisation, as the Lord Mayor was suggesting this morning, that makes some difference.
So you don't think there's a problem at all? How do you go when you're in your car coming along here? How do you find it? How do you find traffic? How would you describe it?
Oh, look, I think one of the things that with those changes in traffic signalisation, we've certainly seen some improvements, and one of the pieces that we are looking at now is how we educate people about how to get in and out of Docklands, because there's clearly some ways to come in and some ways to come out.
Would you tell me, because I come in and out of there every day, and believe me, it's a project.
Look, the Burke Street and Warrendigi Way in particular, Warrendigi Way is a state highway. It is the traffic preferred connection through Docklands, and is the road that you should be trying to get to most of all. So depending on where you're coming from, if you're coming through there, get onto Burke Street and onto Warrendigi Way.
Have they got good value for money here? Would you say now on the record that we got our money's worth now?
Oh, look, I'd point to the $7 billion worth of private sector investment that is on the ground here today, and you only need to look around you at what's been delivered. We're very proud in the first decade that it was about the buildings, and as the Lord Mayor again said this morning, that the second decade is about delivering for the people.
I don't think anyone's arguing about the quality of the investment down here in terms of attracting residential and business investment, but it doesn't work for the people who move down. It seems the more people you get down here, the harder it is to get around, and that's not going to change. I mean, is that unfair?
Oh, look, I'd suggest that the second decade planning that we're undertaking right now is all about listening to everybody, and we invite the CEOs of the major tenants, the corporates down here. We're standing here amongst a number of those today to hear their views and to hear the things that they'd like in the second decade as we deliver that in a very strong partnership with the City of Melbourne.
What do you do about the mistakes that were made in the first decade? I mean, you talk about the second decade, but can we fix the first?
Look, I'm very confident about building for the future of Docklands, and very much focused on the second decade. And I don't repeat what Premier Kennett said this morning around you plan for everything you know today, but you adjust as you go. Look, I repeat what I said before. Warrendigi Way is the major thoroughfare through Docklands, not Harbour Esplanade. And the input we're receiving from the community around a number of fronts around Docklands are all part of what we're intending on improving on in the future.
Warrendigi Way is often at a standstill too. Well, I mean, do you acknowledge that there's a problem down here, or are you just going to plough ahead?
Drive around here.
Look, traffic congestion is not something anybody likes, and as I said, we're working very closely with Vic Roads and with the City of Melbourne to address those issues right now.
And how are you going to address them? Say you're going to address them, but what are you doing? What are you planning to do?
Well, we've already made some changes to traffic signalisation to actually prioritise and get more cars moving through and out onto Wurundjeri Way. And we're looking at a number of other initiatives. We had some very good suggestions this morning that came up in terms of looking at running some shuttle buses potentially from down this end of Collins Street up to Southern Cross Station to move the very large part of the populace that actually does take public transport into the office every day.
Feeling in the management team that you just wish you hadn't moved the tram tracks and gone from 2 lanes to 1? Is it, you just acknowledge, is there a feeling in there that that was a mistake? If you've got to do all of this work now to rectify it?
Oh, look, I just want to say that smart people adjust their plans as they go.
So can we look forward to some adjustments going forward in terms of Harbour Esplanade for starters?
Absolutely, we're certainly talking about what other activities and things that are going to go on, particularly on the water side of Harbour Esplanade right now. And part of the round table with the CEOs this morning was talking about making use of those open spaces for active and passive recreation pursuits, getting people out of the buildings and making use of the space.
Well, let's be clear. Can we look for one of these in traffic along Harbour Esplanade?
Look, the traffic works in
No,
Harbour
not
coming
the
to an end.
works, the design. Finished design.
Not at this point. Not at this point.
How damaging was Lord Mayor's comments this morning?
Oh, look, I'm working very closely with the Lord Mayor at the moment. He's obviously entitled to make comments that he does. I'm not going to retort and respond to those things.
He said that he had a fear that the problems were so entrenched that they couldn't be fixed. What do you say to that?
Well, I'm looking forward to working with him to address those, and the consultation we're doing more broadly is about exactly listening to those issues and addressing them with the tools we have to hand. I'm acting Chief Executive Officer.
Thanks very much for your time.
We'll just jump in, Brian. Okay, well done.